Students and faculty, thank you so much for having me today at the University of Creative Technology. I'm Michael Carr, and I used to be a film and television professional back in the year 2025. Now, I never meant to time travel here to the year 2045. You see, I was just walking down the street one day when I fell into a manhole Soul style. That's a reference to a movie that came out in the year 2020. Nobody? Okay, more on what movies were later on. Anyway, I fell into a time machine portal that had been placed there in the year 2092. You know, they thought no one would find it. I fell into it. It's crazy. People have asked me what it felt like. Well, it was kind of like in Ghostbusters 2, where they fall into the subway track full of... Slide! No? No one? Ghostbusters? Oh, okay. That's a topic for another time, but I'm very disappointed in all of you for not knowing one of a film classic. Now, it was really nice of Professor Niles Granlund IV to recognize me from my more handsome days and ask me to speak to you today. I just have to make sure not to run into my present self. Or, as Doc Brown would say,
the encounter could create a time paradox, the results of which could cause a chain reaction that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe.
No one again. Back to the Future? No? Okay. We have a lot to cover. It's fine. What we're going to be talking about today is image creation, or what back in my heyday we called image capture, or filming, or even shooting. Oh, I hear snickers out there. Well, back then, shooting wasn't a dirty term like it is now. Now I know where all the dirty minds are in the crowd. I see you guys. There's a laugh. All right, great. We're having fun now. We're having fun, everybody. It's good. All right, so as we all know, here in the year 2045, all images are created with artificial intelligence. For scripted entertainment, language models are prompted to create images of the characters in the story. And then backgrounds and environments are created as well. And all of that is fed into an image-to-video generator that creates the visuals the creator is prompting. And using AI technology founded in 2025, you can then change that scene dynamically in real time to have all different types of weather, lighting, etc. The amount of customization and tweakability is perfect for the indecisive society that can't commit to anything that you all live in. Oh, you know it's true, you know it's true, you know it's true. Even most news is synthetic now, with digital avatars reading the headlines. In an industry where speed means profits, the arms race to be the first to report the news led to this development. Of course, it also led to a lot of false information and subsequent civil unrest, but hey, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, am I right? Your personal devices function much in the same way. If you take a photo of yourself with your camera, your phone, your headset, your glasses, your watch, or even your toaster now, you're actually 3D scanning yourself with sensors.
Handsome.
And your device uses that data to create an avatar of you for complete flexibility, right? You can then change your hair, put makeup on. Hell, you can even put yourself on Mars, even though only your cousin actually got to go to Mars. That son of a gets to do everything. Sorry, that's just a little personal moment there. Moving on. My point is that in an era where all images are synthetic to some degree, it might benefit us to look back at how things used to be done. A little history lesson, if you will. No, I promise it's gonna be painless. Okay, so images used to have to be captured using film or a digital sensor. So let's use a movie as an example. Actors would act out the scenes that make up the movie, saying all the dialogue and acting out the emotions on a set. A set is a physical environment constructed solely for the purpose of capturing images for a scripted production. And there would have to be big lights to make sure the camera could see the actors in the sets, which was called exposure. And each actor had a microphone on them, as well as one following them around called a boom. And because of all the actors and the cameras and the sets and the lights, there used to be whole crews of people working on these sets to manage all facets of it, from the financial to the creative to the makeup and hair on the actor to the lights and the props, you name it. At the time, there was no other way to create images other than physically, in the real world, filming it. Yeah, you there.
But how did the person being filmed generate emotions?
That's a great question. Actors trained for years to bring real emotions to the screen. No prompts, no AI, just skill, memorization, and a little method acting madness.
How did the person go into the camera? Were they teleported in?
Ooh, another really good question. The camera would focus light through its lens and onto its image sensor. And it had a shutter that would determine how long the light would hit the sensor for each frame recorded. Back then, it was usually 24 frames per second, right? The image sensor had a Bayer pattern with red, green, and blue filters above photo sites, which converted incoming photons into electrical signals. The raw sensor data was then de-Bayered, color science and compression were applied, and then recorded onto a media format.
So you're telling us that to create an image in the past, you had to actually have a person standing in front of a camera? You couldn't just prompt the computer to do whatever you want?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
That sounds exhausting.
You bet it was, but it was also exhilarating and creative, and at times so much fun. Maybe cameras and crews and actors were messy and imperfect, but that's what made it art. And even though you can prompt your way to perfection now, don't forget, sometimes the mistakes and the chaos are what made the magic. Now, I would encourage you guys to pull out an old camera and take it for a spin. You just might be pleasantly surprised with what you create.
Thanks, but that'll take forever.
Yeah, well, that's about all the time we have today. Thanks so much for having me. I'm gonna go jump back in the manhole and not to the year 3025 because I hear that by then, even the people are AI. Wish me luck, everybody. Another student question. In an industry where speed means profits, the arms race to reporting the news first
He's so bad.